What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew. Shad, Kelvin, Jermaine, KB Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right, that's right. Everyone who's tuning in, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel. Help make the show the best that it can be. And all I can say, man, another one just bit the dust. Another one just bit the dust, man. And at this point, man, I'm talking about the NBA. I'm talking about the latest trades involving the Los Angeles Lakers, man. And you know what's unfortunate about all this? I'm just, oh my God, man. It's look. If I had a chance to beat the young core drafted players of this franchise, from Julius Randle to Brandon Ingram to Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart. I mean, I can go on and on. Ivica Zubac. Now Dalton Knecht. I would say to them, I said, you know what, man, this ain't on y'all, man. It's not about y'all. That's what I would tell them, man, as a fan of this team, And this would not be going down in any other previous era of NBA basketball prior to 2010. We wouldn't be seeing this, man. If we saw a franchise draft to this degree and consistently draft superb young talent, they're not going to be traded off. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. And that's what this has been over the past, well, this is the 7th season since the hurricane was brought to this franchise, man. And this whole thing has been about, and I've never seen nothing like it, man. How can you continue to draft away young talent like this, man? How can you continue to do it? And I know this is going to fall on deaf ears, man, among most people who come across this. And with fans of the Hurricane, gotta understand, man. With fans of the Hurricane, gotta understand, which I know they won't, man. I mean, to sit here as a lifelong fan of this franchise and watch one young draftee be traded off, waived, whatever you want to call it. It's stunning. It's stunning, man. And it's like the real talent gets casted out. And it's all about trying to bring superstar after superstar after superstar, or high-level role player, or a veteran player who can fill an immediate need, to try to, keep this so-called window open to help the Hurricane win. That's what this has been all about, man. That's what this has been all about. At the expense of our real players, man. So in the latest news, Lakers rookie Dalton Knecht. Now, mind you, this young man entered the NBA as the top three-point shooter in the nation from college, University of Tennessee. And they selected him. I believe that was the 17th pick of this year's draft, well, of this prior to the start of this season. And the Lakers were being lauded and celebrated for drafting this young man. And he was the perfect rookie, man. He was the perfect rookie. Perfect. Played all 4 years of college, man. He's a supreme shooter. You know what I'm saying? They don't come a dime a dozen, man. And this young man didn't last a half a season before he was traded into his rookie year. And it's not cool, man. It's not cool. It's not cool. And he won. I remember doing the preseason. I believe that was the Phoenix Suns preseason game. He got hot, man. Like, like a firecracker, man. And he hit shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. I think he had like about 30-some points. And they was like, man, people were like, oh, man, the Lakers got a steal. That's what they were saying. He was the steal of the draft. He was the steal of the draft. Available. And they just traded him, man. They just traded him. And it's so discouraging, man. It's so discouraging. And it'd be the same routine every year, man. You trade these young players off. They bring in a superstar, bring in, said player. Oh, man, the Lakers are good to go now. They got exactly what they need to keep the window open, to win. And then by season's end, it doesn't work. They fall short, and it's the same conversation over and over and over and over again. And I would like to think, man, it was crazy. Not only are the Lakers giving up premier young talent that they drafted or being led to, but they're giving up one draft pick after the next, man. So now, check this out. I think in the span of a month, they've completed 3 trades. They completed 3 trades. 3. And they're giving up draft first-round picks to facilitate these trades. Second-round picks. They gave up a number of second-round picks to trade D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets, which they used the 27th first-round pick 2 years ago to facilitate the trade which brought him back to the Lakers in the first place. Gone. And they was trying to trade him last year. They gave up the 29th first-round pick, along with Anthony Davis, who they wind up mortgaging the future to acquire. They traded Anthony Davis. He's gone. And Max Christie, who they drafted 2.5 seasons ago, out of the second round, a superb talent, a 3-D wing. That's what every team is coveting in the NBA as we speak. He had been playing in the starting lineup for over a month, and he was averaging like about 13, 14 a game, coming into his own. 21 years old, traded off, traded, man, traded. And he was playing. He was probably the best. He was probably the second best defender on the team after Anthony Davis. Gone, man. To help that other guy win, dog. To bring in Luka Doncic. So now Anthony Davis wasn't good enough. But when they traded for AD, they said he was a generational talent. I'm telling you, man. The talent, when I think about the constant turnover, man, that this franchise has been led to do since bringing this dude to the team, man, it's mind-boggling, man. It's mind-boggling. And it's not cool. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. And I just would like to imagine, the young talent this franchise is drafted over time. Basically, starting off with Julius Randle. Julius Randle, two-time second team All-NBA. First player since Larry Bird to average 24, 10, and 6 while shooting 40% from 3 and 80% from the foul line. Brandon Ingram, who was just traded to the Toronto Raptors from the New Orleans Pelicans. He never should have been traded down there. Number 2 pick of his draft in 2016. You know what I mean? Traded away after his 3rd year, man. Number 2 pick. If he'd have been allowed to truly grow as a player without, dealing with that guy, the other guy, he'd have been averaging well over about 22 points a game after his 3rd year. He goes to New Orleans. His first year, boom, he becomes a all-star, averaging close to 25 points a game, 24, 25 points a game. Led the Pelicans to the playoffs twice without their franchise player, Zion. Kyle Kuzma, who was just traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. His clutch shooting in the last minutes of the game during his first 2 years in Washington, he had the best clutch shooting percentage in basketball for the 2 years. That means his clutch shooting was better than the superstars, the elite superstars. Kyle Kuzma led that category. Josh Hart, arguably the best rebounder this league has ever seen for a player his height or shorter, 6'4". The man is averaging over 9 rebounds a game. Right now, as we speak, was averaging during their 13 rebounds a game during the postseason last year. I can go on and on and on. Jordan Clarkson, only original Laker to ever win Sixth Man of the Year, which he did back in 2021 with the Utah Jazz. They were saying he was bad, he was terrible. As soon as he gets traded to a good team, after being traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, as soon as he gets traded to a good team, not only does he win Sixth Man of the Year, but he helped Utah clinch the #1 seed in the West that year after Donovan Mitchell missed the last month and a half due to a severe sprained ankle. I can go on and on and on, man. Lonzo Ball, prior to his knee injury about 3 years ago, his first year with Chicago, he helped them take over first place in the Eastern Conference. Even Alex Caruso with his defensive problems. He was leading the league in steals coming off the bench. They weren't the issue, man. They were not the issue. The Hurricane, his presence on the team, led the organization to pillar off its young talent to bring in superstars. In the past 6 seasons, since all this started, they have brought in 3 franchise-level players: Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and Luka Doncic. And on each occasion, they've given up talent of their own and a wave of draft picks to facilitate these trades. And now Dalton Knecht was just traded along with Cam Reddish, who the talking heads were giving Lakers credit season and a half ago for bringing on board. Oh, man, they've been longing to bring in Cam Reddish. They've been longing to bring him in, traded. But this is the kicker, though. This is the kicker, man. They just gave up. Okay, they gave up the 27th first round pick to bring back D'Angelo Russell. He's gone. They traded away the 29th first round pick along with Anthony Davis, who's supposed to have been the future of this franchise, but the future was mortgaged off to get him. That's why the Lakers was in constant, struggle after the year of the bubble where they had to flip the roster every year. Okay, they traded him off and Max Christie to bring in Luka Doncic, right? Luka Doncic. Then to trade Dalton Knecht to the Charlotte Hornets in return for whatever their center name is, Mark Williams or whatever it is, that I know most fans didn't even know about. And he's been dealing with injuries in the past. You trade away the team's first round pick in 2021. So now they're giving up draft picks entering the next decade, 6 years down the road, to try to help this dude win. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. So not only are they going all in, they're going all in and beyond. Do you realize any franchise can do this, man? If they just wanted to try to win that just to that degree, we could have been seeing multiple teams go this route and give up young talent by the yazoo and a whole batch of draft picks. That's not winning, man. That's not winning. Think about it. It's a difference between winning and This mindset of winning now. There's a difference, man. There's a difference. I look at OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I look how they built their team up, man. They flying high. They didn't have to make no moves before the trade deadline. They didn't have to do that because they built their foundation piece by piece by piece. Even when they were struggling and they constantly drafted. And then once they set the foundation, then they start filling needs. Bringing in Isaiah Hartenstein, right? During the offseason. Making a key trade for Alex Caruso. But it's not going to offset what they've been doing at all. And I'm telling you, man, the young talent that the Lakers have brought up in here, man, they all gone, man. Outside of Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves was drafted. I mean, he was an undrafted player. But brought in by the scouting department. And that's another thing. If I'm the scouting department of this team, of the Lakers, man, why waste any more time spend all that time looking for talent to bring to this team? Because it's not going to amount to anything because they're going to be traded. So why should they continue operating? They should just close shop. Seriously, they should just close shop. Why spend that time drafting people, man? Why do it? I'm just and fans out there, man, they think this stuff is normal, but it's not. But the only reason that all this stuff is going down is because the hurricane is on the team, man. There's nowhere in the world that they giving up talent like this year after year after year after year after year if he wasn't on the team, dog. And then they make these moves, they formulate these rosters, man, and then people be like, oh, man, the Lakers got it, man. The Lakers got it. And then when it don't happen, man, right now, Rob Pelinka, he's being celebrated again. But when it don't work out, man, they be calling for him to step down. Oh, he don't know what he's doing. He don't know his job. But the whole thing is, since all this started, man, is using their own talent. That's what this whole thing has been since they brought the hurricane to the team. And I'm you know what? After this, I'm going to stop talking about it for a while, man. Performance that's not been the criteria. That's not been the criteria or lack thereof. The Brandon Ingrams, the Julius Randles, they flipping over talent so fast now, it's superseding the timetable of when they traded the original young core off. Dalton Knecht played for this team for 6 months into his rookie year. He already gone, man. And he was averaging 10 points a game. He was shooting darn near 47% from the field as a rookie. So the young man gonna get better. And he gone, man, just like that, dog. The nation's top 3-point shooter entering the NBA out of college, University of Tennessee. And he's gone, man. This stuff is bonkers, man. It's bonkers. It's bananas, dog. You can't even sit there and develop a connection with the players because they're going to be traded off. And then the players who they bring in, who's supposed to be these irreplaceable parts down the road, they get traded off. And that's what this whole thing has been since the Hurricanes been on the team. I don't think he has the ability to elevate. It always has to be pre-manufactured squads, man. That's been his MO for God knows how long. So I have to support our real players while they playing for other franchises, man. It's not cool, man. Think about it. They have drafted Scottie Pippen Jr. That's another example. Scottie Pippen Jr. They drafted him, man, and then they sent him down. He was sent down to their G League team, and then he was waived to open up a roster spot so they can bring in someone from the buyout market. And then the player who they bought him from the buyout market, he was gone by season's end. And now Scottie Pippen is being a major contributor to the Memphis Grizzlies, who picked him up last year as the backup point guard. He's playing tremendous, man. So I can sit here and say that this franchise has drafted over 20 exceptional young talented players, and they're all gone except for not Max Christie, but Austin Reeves, who was undrafted, and even he's playing above his value. So these young players have been deemed expendable since the day that they brought the Hurricane to the team, man. And I've never seen nothing like this in sports, man. And it's not cool. It's not cool. And the Lakers would be, from this point on, the way they're set up, man, the way they're set up, they're going to have to constantly, even after the Hurricane is finally gone, they never should have brought him to the team. The way this thing is going to be set up, man, they're going to have to constantly rely on outside players to fill this roster up, man. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, man. That's not a way to run a team. And I'm not saying every player on the team has to be drafted, but this is something that's never been seen before in professional basketball and professional sports, man. Dalton Knecht was averaging 10 points a game as a rookie coming off the bench. 10 points a game, shooting 47% from the field. The nation's best three-point shooter. And he's gone within a half a year of his rookie season. Gone. That's insanity, man. That's insanity. So to the fans of the Hurricane, or just, basketball fans in general, man, who think this stuff is cool, is not. It's not. And they wouldn't be doing this if the Hurricane went on the team, man. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, man. That's why since he's been associated with the Lakers, man, there's nothing realistically to get excited about. Part of the fan experience is they draft people out of college, and you watch them grow and improve year by year, starting out. That's part of the excitement, man. Like Kobe Bryant, he was brought in as a rookie at the time, he was 17 when he was drafted to the NBA, and then before his rookie year started, he turned 18. But just think about it, man, watching him grow over the first 4 years before he just, became, the Mamba, to a greater extent. And then that's when the Lakers started winning them championships with he and Shaq, man. And then you look back and it like, wow, man, this was Kobe Bryant, man, like 4 years ago. This is, he's come a long way, man. Now, he's ready. That's exciting, man. So I say to all the young core members, man, from the original young core to the Max Christies of the world, to the Scottie Pippen Juniors of the world, to the Dalton Knechts, even like the G League players, the Alex Carusos, people like that, man. This ain't about them. This ain't about them not being good enough. It's not about them not being good enough, man. It's not about them not being good enough. It's about the Hurricane. This man has to have, now he's playing with another player who's the reigning scoring champion from last year, averaging 34 points a game. He has to have the deck stacked in order to thrive. Anthony Davis was no longer good enough. And they doing all this for a guy who has a losing percentage in championship play. And that's what makes it even more befuddling, man. That's what makes it even more befuddling. I've never seen nothing like this in all my years of being a fan of the NBA, man. So I hope his fans are happy, man. I hope his fans are happy. That's why I want no parts of him, man. I wanted no parts of him, dog, because I knew what was going to happen while he was on the team. I knew it was going to happen. Heck, in 2014, when Cleveland drafted Andrew Wiggins with the #1 pick, he had him traded for Kevin Love. Maybe if he would work with Andrew Wiggins, along with Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins would have turned out to be a much better player than what he wound up being. He did help the Golden State Warriors to a championship in 2022. So he has value and he can play. Maybe he'd be better, man, if the Hurricane, who's supposed to be elevate players and make them better, which I don't see any indication that he does. So we've had about close to 20 drafted players since all this started that's been let go for the Hurricane, man. And Dalton Knecht in another draft pick 6 years down the road, man. That's mind-boggling to me. But they gonna say Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen, who was a player from a Division II school in Central Arkansas, who he helped develop into becoming the best number 2 in the league. And they won 6 championships together. But he was a career 16 point per game, 16.5 point per game scorer. And he won 6 championships with that. Kobe had Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol was like an 18.5 point per game scorer. And Pau Gasol, man, was a tremendous complimentary player to Kobe Bryant. But he as far as talent-wise, man, he didn't come walking through the door with statistics like an Anthony Davis or a Luka Doncic. Russell Westbrook. This man has to have the deck stacked, period. And to make that possible, it was all on the shoulders of them young players who they drafted over this period of time. So Dalton Knecht is gone, and like I said, man, right now, man, I'm just so just upset about everything, man. That I've been making a lot of videos about the Lakers. I'm gonna have to let it go for a period of time and just talk about basketball in general, man. Like I said, man, there's no emotional connection to this situation. None. Dalton Knecht, the nation's top 3-point shooter coming into the NBA, is now gone 6 months into his career. I've never seen nothing like it. But I'm going to shut this down. Until next time, this is JB for BTB Behind the Bench.